Hello and welcome to a Shadow of War impressions video by me, MC Fixer, and your boy, who's bringing us all the hot reviews nowadays. Your main man, Gary. Gary, how you doing, sir?
Hello, I'm
First
here.
time everyone's seeing your face.
I know. I quite like being like that mysterious stranger, like just
So,
the voice.
Should we just cut it off now and then no one has to see
Yeah,
you?
I'm just gonna sit here like this if you don't mind.
Yeah, so we both played Shadow of War, Middle of Earth, Shadow of War. I should say it in the correct order. Otherwise, I'm sure someone in the YouTube channel comments.
Middle Shadow Earth of War.
Middle Earth Shadow War impressions developed by Monolith Productions. Before we kick it off, this is just our early impressions, spoiler free. We won't touch anything story wise. It's just mainly to talk about the gameplay, how long we've played, our first initial impressions of the game. So we'll start off there, which is how long have you played? Do you know roughly?
Oh god, probably about 6-7 hours.
Okay,
probably.
So enough to get your hand. You're enough in.
I've
You're
got
in
my hands
enough.
dirty. I've killed a few orcs.
You've killed a few orcs. Yeah, I am. I think my clock's now at 11 and a half hours. So I'm a little bit further than you. And first of all, what are you thinking? Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Were you expecting? What do you think?
I mean, from where I'm at right now, it's kind of more Shadow of Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
From terms of like, because it's just the same gameplay, really. Apart from the fact that it nerfed all the abilities I had in the last game and I have to get them again.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. For me, that's all that I have taken away from the game. We were just talking off camera, which is you've got to a point of the game where the game's about to do something very different. So I'm really interested to see you get there. For me, it's a case of I totally agree with you. It's more Shadow of Mordor. It's more Shadow of War. It's more of this world that people want to live in. Are you interested? Are you a huge Lord of the Rings fan? Is this your type of world you want to be in?
I guess. I mean, I read the books when I was in university, and I liked them. I wasn't so keen on the films. I think they went on a bit too long. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested because I like fantasy. I like fantasy worlds, so not necessarily like a Lord of the Rings mega fan, but
you like fantasy. Yeah, for me, it's a case of I'm not the biggest. I like Lord of the Rings fine. I've watched the films before. I don't care so much for the world that we're in, which, again, don't play this game if you don't care for the world, I guess. But the key part of this game for me is the gameplay. And it has that same Batman battle mechanics. It has the same, obviously, as the first game. And for me, that is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You're getting the same thing. I don't feel like I'm doing much different to the first game, which in one way is a good thing because it's still familiar, it's still likable, it's still enjoyable, and there's still plenty there. But in another, I wish they changed it up a little bit. It still doesn't feel... I haven't gone back and played the first game in a long time, but combat seems exactly the same. Whereabouts do you come on that?
No, it feels exactly the same. It's basically you're waiting to push Y, not triangle. You're waiting to push Y to just counter a move or push A to dodge something. And
I love how hard you have to think. I love how hard you have to think.
I'm just gonna hold this Xbox controller in front of me and keep looking at the buttons.
Yeah, it's a case of it's literally just spam.
Yeah, and then spam attack when you're trying to kill you.
which in some, do you like that? Do you not like that? What do you think?
I know. I mean, Shadow of Mordor was a great game. So when I'm saying like it's more Shadow of Mordor, I'm not necessarily saying that sucks. But I don't know. Like we've had a lot of games like this now, so the combat mechanics they're kind of the same as games that were coming out like years ago now, which is good in one respect because you say that's familiar. So I can just pick the controller up and I can just be like, yeah, I know exactly how to play this. Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like, I wish you'd done something maybe just a little bit different. Maybe just one sort of big new feature.
Yeah.
Not that I know what that would be, because I'm not a game dev, but no, I don't know. Like it might be a bit over familiar, I think, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get you. Again, the main part of this game, which is the gameplay. The next main part of the game, which is the Nemesis system, which is interesting because the Nemesis system in the first game was amazing. And this game very much so is still amazing, if not more amazing. again, we've come at it from different points of views, I'd say, because you haven't got to a certain part where I'm at. So what are your early 6 hours in impressions of the Nemesis system?
Yeah, there's certain things from the trailers and the marketing which, like, I haven't gotten to this stuff yet. So basically, I'd say the same thing from where I'm at, as I said about the gameplay, where it's just more Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Because basically, as far as the Nemesis system works for me is, there's a bunch of orcs on the map, and every now and again, I run into them, and they're named, and they taunt me when we clash swords or whatever. And if they kill me, they're going to level up, and then if all this other stuff happens, and then if I kill them, but they survive somehow, they come back with the bashed in head or scars or burns.
That's the one thing that's really cool. I've got to admit the fact of, if they do escape and you have burnt them because they're scared of fear, they come back and they have that same. They might have a burn. They might have an arrow still in the head. They might have a hole in their left temple. And one thing that happened with me during my gameplay session was I killed somebody with fire, which they feared. And then I was running along, and then, you know what they do. Oi, traveler, come here. And I'm like, why are you British? But sure.
Right. Yeah.
But sure, whatever. And that was me punching a bottle over for some reason. And and he come back, and he was then, I'm just using the example name here, but it was like Golf, the fire eater. Because he had cheated death. So he come back and he was now immune to fire, and he had fire attacks, which I thought that was kind of cool. I mean,
that's how it works in real life, right? Like if like you get killed by fire, you're then immune to fire.
That's
like,
literally
it. That's the same way twice.
If I get killed by a human, I'm then immutable from humans. I'm sorted. That's me done forever. Exactly.
You just gotta watch out for buses and cows.
Those cows. You gotta be careful of those cows.
Cows, man, I tell you.
Yeah, and like I say, I like what I've played so far. I'm enjoying my game so far. I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would, honestly. I don't know what I was expecting. And from early impressions of playing it at EGX, it was like, oh, it's more Shadow of War. It's more Shadow of War. It's more Shadow of War. That's what it is.
Yeah. I think when you pick it up for like 20 minutes at EGX and it is just more of the same game, that kind of tempers your expectations a bit. And also the fact that we spent the last 2 months talking about nothing but loot boxes.
So that's something I think we should definitely touch on. Have the loot boxes hindered your experience with the game at all?
I'm pretty sure, I was just playing it and I was just in the menu. I'm pretty sure that it's still locked. The market thing in the menu is still locked at the moment. Okay. I don't think I can get into it yet. So no, it hasn't affected me at all yet, but. So
this is where the conversation is going. Loot box. And
my fault. Sorry.
I've bought no. I mean in general of the industry. I don't mean you bringing it up. I mean, so I've bought 2 loot boxes, 3 loot boxes with my in-game currency.
Right.
And I suppose this is spoilery, I guess, kind of, but not really. Which is, I've gotten to a point of the game where you can do daily objectives and you can earn gold, which gold is the currency you buy, and whatever the silver currency is what is in-game currency. So there is a way of earning gold.
Right.
So I don't necessarily see the big deal. Honestly, YouTube comments, please don't come for me.
Well, we're going to get fucked.
Which, for me, it's just a case of I really don't see the problem with this. It's a case of they're there. If you don't want them, don't buy them. Easy as that. I don't have a problem with anyone saying they shouldn't be there, and we're hearing things now about how they promote gambling, which I disagree with, but different video. It's for me. It's just it doesn't hinder. It just doesn't hinder the experience at all so far. 11 hours plus in, and all it does is it's there. The one thing I have noticed is, so with your silver, which I'm going to call silver because I don't know what the actual currency's name is.
Mirian. It's called
Mirian. There we go. Perfect. This is why I have a great co-host. The Mirian. You use to unlock in your skill tree. You have your items, your weapons, and underneath that you can install gems on them. And that you use 1,000 Mirian to unlock each of those. So that's about 5,000. I think there's 5 weapon slots. And then after that, You get into a different point of the game where you can use it on something else, which again, I'm dancing around things. But apart from that, there's not a shop where you can go buy weapons. There's not there's nothing else you can do with this Miriam. So I'm assuming this is what it's for. It's for these loot boxes. So you earn enough to buy the loot boxes in game. So if you want even more of them, you can use real money, which is down to you. That's your choice then. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I get it. I mean, like, psychology and gambling aside, I mean, the big blow up is because it's whether it actually affects or changes the gameplay.
Exactly.
And we didn't. There was, because they were telling us there was no way for us to know that before we actually got our hands on the game, which is why it was such a protracted conversation before the game came out. And from right now, from where I'm sitting, as someone who's probably been more vocal than most about loot boxes, especially in Shadow of War, like, yeah, it hasn't affected my game in the slightest so far. So that's good. If it keeps that up, I'll be happy.
That's the caveat every time, though, isn't it? It's like so far,
yeah. From what I've heard from other people in other videos, that might change to sort of towards the end of the game.
So it's interesting. I've heard that as well. I've not actually gone out and done my research on this, but from where I am at, the loot boxes are only gonna hinder the experience in the multiplayer, which again has that same Metal Gear Solid, which they've already announced this, so this isn't a spoiler. Has that Metal Gear Solid base building mechanic where you have your orcs set up and they can defend your base and people can go attack bases, etc., etc. I can see where that can be paid to win, I guess, which is if you want to pay £100 and put it into the game and have the best orcs, so I can't get in there, good on you. Congratulations.
Don't do that, though. Don't.
But if that's what you want to do, good luck to you, and that's your business. And you've got the money to do that, then that's down to you. I don't have that money. So I have to then go and grind out mine, which to me is the whole point of the game. The whole point of the game is to play the game, 100%. Not to buy my way through the game, to play the game. So I don't know. I just don't get it.
Pay more money to skip the game.
Well, yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But again, each to their own. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to tell anybody they can't do that. I'm just here to say that it's an interesting choice if that's what you want to do in this game.
But it's a separate discussion, right? It's many separate discussions, probably.
Many. Story. So you're 6 hours in, and I am, let's say, 12 for argument's sake. What do you think of it so far?
Oh God, I've got to pick my words carefully here. It's really, really fucking boring.
Yeah,
I'd say. At 6 hours in, like, I don't know. It's probably just because I haven't hit that act 2 yet, and I haven't seen the shift in the game. But right now, the mission structure and the story specifically, it's just like I don't care. Why do I care about this?
You mean go follow? It's
go here and talk to this ridiculous character, Sexy Shelob. She was in the trailers. And then she does a thing, and then you go and do a thing, and then you have to go back to her, and then you have to go out again, and you back to her, back out. Oh God, just stop.
Yeah, exactly. For me, the story, and I'm glad to hear somebody else say the story's boring, because I'm not caring for the story at all. I'm much more preferring running around the world. I love the characters, as in the orcs. They have great personalities. They can be rude. They can be funny. I haven't really experienced any of them being sad yet. I'm sure it'll come. But that's where my story is in those characters. It is, a traveler, I'm going to eat your eyes out and spit them out and then take a poo on you. Do you know what I mean? That type of dialogue, which not quite that. But that's where the fun and the game is to me. Not so much in its narrative story, which is, I forged this ring, what I've got so far. I forged this ring, the ring's been taken, I'm going to try to back, but I don't want the ring back, but I'm not sure if I want the ring back.
That's the first 10 minutes, man. Like the end of Shadow of Mordor 3 years ago was, we have to forge this ring to beat Sauron, and you're like, okay, cool, that's going to be the second game. And then within 5 minutes, he's forged it, and then 5 minutes later, you've lost it. It's like, what? Really?
I'm interested for you to get to Act 2 because you're going to see something else that happens.
And I'll tell you what else. Yeah, okay. And I'll tell you that, like, he won't shut up about the Palantir, the seeing eye thing. Like, every 5 minutes, we have to get the Palantir. We should secure the Palantir. It's like, gee, dude, I will kick you out of my body. Like,
to be fair, I have got all the Palantirs. To be fair, that's the first thing I do. Is I literally go into wherever it is in the world we're in, and that's the first thing I do. And then I go and do side stuff.
Oh,
I go do side stuff. The towers, yeah.
It's one of my bugbears, and it's probably not going to annoy as many people as it annoys me.
I think it's going to be the same.
Why, when I get to the top of the tower and I purify it, doesn't it just unlock everything straight away? Why do I have to look around
at everything? Thank you. I'm 100% with you. I've already climbed the top of the tower. I'm there. Why do I have to find these things?
Yeah.
I'm totally with you. I am totally with you. 100% with you in this.
Pointless.
Stupid. Last thing, I want to talk about just traversing around the world, which to me is a lot of fun. I can get from A to B in a matter of moments due to the skills you now have. He traverses the world quite fun. It's a faster paced Assassin's Creed type movement for me. I love the new I think it's a new mechanic. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where you push A, you can jump even higher. Was that in the first game? Because I don't remember.
I don't remember. About that.
I really don't remember. But I just
double jump as well. I think that's new. But I'm not sure about the leaping.
I just love the fact that I love the double jump, which is you jump off a building and then you sort of the Wraith jumps for you, which is awesome. But that's really cool. I love doing that. I always feel like a badass every time I pull one off and then land on the roof.
And then you just like cool. that, like crouched, like yeah, oh yeah.
100%, 100%. Is there anything we're missing off of our first impressions of Middle-earth: Shadow of War? Do you think?
No, I mean, on the traversal, do you find it a bit fiddly? Because I like it, not all the time, not 100% of the time. In fact, not most of the time. Just every now and again, I like it. It feels a bit like hard to say if I'm on a rooftop and there's a rope going across to the next rooftop, and I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. Like I'm keep running into it, trying to get on it, and then I'm not getting on it, and then I'm like running back and I'm trying to get on it, and then I'll press X because maybe I've got to press A to mount it, and then I'll accidentally jump, and I'll just launch myself off the thing.
Nah, I've not had that happen.
I'm just like, hi guys, how's it going?
No, I've not had that. I'll be honest with you. I've not had that at all. I'm pretty good at games, unlike you, clearly.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible, absolutely awful at games.
No, I'm messing. But I don't want to spoil anything, so we'll leave it there. You are working on a review for the channel.
I am definitely working on a review for the channel.
You're doing the reviews, and
next week. Don't quote me on that, but next week.
It's coming. It's coming. That's why we got this up. Where can people find you, Gary, apart from here?
YouTube.com/wordsaboutgamesuk. The UK part's important.
Very important. Very important. Is there a US team then?
There's already a Words About Games who doesn't post any videos or anything, just sits on it.
Damn it. Again, be sure to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. This is a brand new channel. We are trying to bring you new, exciting content. Bear with us on certain things. Things will be fixed. Things will be tweaked. There will be new layouts. There will be new things. We are still working things out between us. Until next time, thank you very much, Gary. And I will leave you, and I'll see you all later.